made a Thibaut actually commit an even worse foul the second time. But Pepe wouldn't have done that beginning of last season.
Storm clouds over London Colney at the moment. Watford looking to weather this Arsenal attack. It's Pepe and Partey who are discussing Watford's potential downfall here. So we'll try and take it on. Not quite sure if it struck an Arsenal player or a Watford player, but play continues. This is Tierney, and then it's Bachmann to come and claim and then fall to the ground.
Yeah, just a little bit too much height on there, too floated from Kieran Tierney. I don't know why Bachmann stand down. All that happened was there, Rob Holding just pulled him back by his arm, and he's holding his head.
Tierney's a lock at left back. Right back, well, Baring, Chambers, Cedric. You can make a case for all three. I would have said that Hector Bellerin would have been first choice for a long time for Arsenal, but it's not a given at the moment, Perry, is it?
No, I think Hector Bellerin hasn't been the same player since he's come back from that, sort of serious knee injury that he had. Just lost maybe that sort of half a yard of pace, as you said. So that sort of right back berth is wide open.
9 months out in 2019 without Cruciate, you're absolutely right. Bachmann to clear. And Watford looked to go along. Fletcher underneath it, but so is Holding with a good header. That looked like handball. And again, the referee waves play on as Watford have possession. This is Cathcart to divert it back. Bachmann has it again. Watford don't generally do draws, certainly not in competitive play, not in the last half dozen in the Championship last season, only one in the last 18, do or die, as they made a bid for a promotion that was successful in the end. Approaching the hour, and one suspects that more changes will be made. As it is unofficial, just expect players to pop on. Not quite rolling subs, but there'll be nothing official. Here he's Holding. Partey for Pablo Mari.
Down we have in Rob Holding's new Barnet, nice and shaven.
Well, he's got more than you and me. Just
very overrated, I think. Here, he's seen the light. He's joined the boarders.
Bannon. Tierney. Step towards the byline. Kept in play. And Watford will clear again.
There's good defensive play by Ngakia. Tierney trying to go on the outside of him, but he's very quick. Ngakia uses his body strength really well just to ease Kieran Tierney off the ball.
Here is Tierney again. And that one runs through for a corner. Pressure just beginning to build potentially on that Watford penalty area. Arsenal have really dominated play in this second half. They had much the better of the first half for the bulk of the 45, but we've not seen too many Watford attacks since we restarted. We've got an hour on the clock, and Watford have got further defensive work to do here to try and keep the Gunners out, who have a corner over on that left-hand side, which will be curled in right-footed by Willian. Pablo Mari, Rob Holding, bit of pushing and shoving inside the penalty area there. Bachmann comes and collects.
Again, it was a neither nor corner there from Willian. You've got to make sure if you're going to hang it up, it's got to come to the far post and be driven, or you bend it in with pace to the near post, and he's just gone in between. It's quite a simple save from Bachmann there, sort of a bit of catching practice.
Messina with a header. Picked up by Partey. William to divert it back for Nicola Pepe here. Pepe spots the run of Tierney once again. Always available over on that left-hand side in advanced positions. And Ngakia is goal side. Tierney for William. 1 and 2 touch play here from the Gunners. And Bachmann will pounce and smother once again. But he has been employed a bit too often, one would have thought, for Isco Munoz's liking. Just a little bit of relief here for Watford as they look to come forward. It's a rare sortie into Arsenal territory.
They're starting to dominate the game. Just make themselves available. Good range of passing. Got involved down the left-hand side. Good little passing movement with Tierney and Willian.
He's done really well there to spot Lokonga, who will drive forward. Watford players backing away. This is Tierney. He's on him quickly. And the referee allows play to continue. Good decision. This is Willian. Got a stoppage here. Loser that's stayed down after the challenge. The referee played on with Arsenal in possession, but the former Notts player will need just a little bit of treatment here. One suspects it's an opportunity as well for Mikel Arteta to potentially make a few more changes here. Could employ the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe, one or two youngsters on the bench as well. Miguel Aziz, looks like we're going to see some alterations here. That's Serge Kolasinac as well, we can see about to come on. Smith-Rowe, Maitland-Niles also. And changes afoot with Miguel Aziz also coming on. So, Ketcher, Pablo Mari, who else has gone off here? Lokonga, Willian, that's the quartet, that's the four that we've swapped out. So, report from you, Perry, regarding Abel Lokonga, who started for the first time here, 21-year-old, signed from Anderlecht. Played 33 times for Anderlecht last season, 69 games all told since making his debut. Just 21, he looks pretty assured, doesn't he, in that central midfield area?
Yeah, he was very impressive, especially in the first 25, 30 minutes in the first half. Like the way that he got himself on the ball. He was comfortable when he was being pressed. He just tried to pierce the ball through Watford's midfield into Nketiah or Aubameyang. And yeah, he looked very, very promising.
So Smith-Rowe is on after signing that new contract. Subject, we're led to believe, of bids from Aston Villa. Never quite sure how true the talk is, but there were significant ones. But if you were watching at half-time, you'll have heard Emile Smith-Rowe talking. He was very, very pleased that his signed long-term for the Gunners. He had a fantastic campaign last season. Partey. Pepe. Bayern. 25 minutes remaining here. Smith-Rowe. Shuffle back to the edge of the area. Should be cleared away. Arsenal players try and win it back. It's all a little bit scrappy. Watford under pressure again. Holding to take a touch. He loses out, and Holding will have to be quick here to try and chase this one down. Fletcher's on the move as well. Can he pull the trigger? Just wide of the target. Not that far away at all from Ashley Fletcher, who got first drop on the Arsenal backline there, but just couldn't find the corner.
Yeah, that was a Kolasinac who's gone in of the left-sided centre half. Just got caught ball watching, allowed Ashley Fletcher to get in behind him. He's got himself onto the edge of the 18-yard box on the right-hand side and did the right thing and tried to cut it across Runnison. It's a decent effort from Ashley Fletcher, so Kolasinac has got to make sure that his positional play is a bit better.
Smith-Rowe does well, and then Pepe is stopped in his tracks. Holding once again. Gosling will take a touch. Uzeru's okay to continue. Gekya, under pressure, will feed it back. And Watford try playing out from the back.
Can get a little bit disjointed, obviously, with so many substitutions coming on. It can stop the flow of the game.
Emile Smith-Rowe with the number 10 now, Perry. Do numbers still mean things in this modern era, Premier League squad numbers? But he's chosen the number 10, and there's been some pretty good number 10s over the years.
Well, my old mate Paul Merson was fantastic, was in the 10 shirt. And I think it's just a sign from Emile Smith-Rowe that he wants to take responsibility. You know, when you're You've got the 10. He wants to play in that sort of centre of the 3. And he just needs to add, obviously, with his fantastic talent and ability, he just needs to up his goal tally and his assists.
Here is Arsenal's new number 10. Yeah, Mercer was fantastic. Dennis Bergkamp, of course. William Gallas was another. Doesn't always work out. Here he is, Smith Rowe. Bellerin. Stop once. Pepe. Partey. Bellerin again to curl in. Clipped away. An awful lot of pressure. Watford are defending for their lives really here. Just that one breakaway opportunity a few moments ago for Fletcher. This is Kolasinac. Still the Gunners probe away. Gazette brought down, edge of the penalty area. That's a free kick.
It's been
taken quickly. Oh, that was a clumsy opportunity, a clumsy challenge, and this should be an opportunity. It is a penalty. Well, the Watford players will argue the case, but the spot kick's been awarded.
Yeah, you have to say it was a clumsy challenge. Looked like it was Aziz who got himself into the penalty area. Referee had no hesitation whatsoever, pointed to the penalty spot. So Lacazette going to take responsibility.
Well, Lacazette was 4 from 4 from the spot last season, 3 from 3 in the Premier League, and he's got the opportunity to put Arsenal in front here. The Gunners with a spot kick with just over 20 minutes remaining to nudge in front once again. It's Lacazette, sends the keeper the wrong way. Backman diving to his right. The ball nestling into the other side. And Alex Lacazette steps up, takes responsibility. And Arsenal now lead by 2-1.
Yeah, just has that little step in his stride down, doesn't he, Lacazette? It's called goalkeeper dependent, trying to make sure that the goalkeeper commits himself, which Backman did. Dive to his right-hand side, and Lacazette just calmly rolled it to the left-hand side, basically into an empty net. And that's nothing more than what we deserved, because we just started to put the pressure on. 2 fullbacks, Bellerin on the right-hand side, Tierney on the left-hand side, playing very, very high up, basically as wingers. A couple of times got to the byline. Maybe the final ball wasn't particularly good, but you can say this 20 minutes of this second half, we have been definitely the better side.
No, it's a scoreline that reflects Arsenal's dominance, certainly, because although the Gunners have taken a good near 25 minutes to grab their second goal, it's been one-way traffic for much of this second period. A couple of changes for Watford, incidentally. And they find themselves behind once again. Fletcher goes down, holding with a clumsy challenge. That's a free kick to Watford. Mentioned right at the start of the game, Perry, that the players would be about 85% in terms of fitness. Obviously, we've got games coming up against Chelsea and Tottenham before the big kick-off against Brentford. And just a reminder, the tickets are still available at the Emirates Stadium if you fancy watching the game against Chelsea this Sunday. Head to arsenal.com for full details of news of the tickets that are still available. There is a number of tickets still on offer, and of course we are streaming the game as well. If you're further afield and you can't get to Emirates and you want to watch it, then you are more than welcome. Details once again what you need to do to watch the game on the website. But about 85% fitness. We're never going to be 100%, I presume, for that first match of the season. How long does it generally take? Are some players better than others in getting to the pace of Premier League play straight away?
Dan, you can play all the build-up games, obviously, to get your match fitness, get the minutes under your belt and the miles in your legs. But trust me, that first 20, 25 minutes of the game against Brentford, the players' lungs will be burning. You have to get your second win, because obviously it's a massive step up in intensity. And it probably takes you a good 4 to 5 games in the Premier League, to get yourself to 100% match fit. And then what happens is you end up picking up a niggly injury. So for the rest of the season, you're probably never 100% fit. You're always about 98, 99%, but it's definitely after about 4 or 5 games you get yourself fully up to speed.
It was strange, wasn't it? I was hearing last season after the enforced break, unfortunately because of COVID, and we didn't have football for a few months, and there was a suggestion that for some players it was a break they've never had in their careers, because if you're a good player, you're playing international tournaments, of course, pretty much every summer. If it's not a European Championship, it's a World Cup or a Confederations Cup or a Nations Cup or a Gold Cup, and you just never get 100% fit. And for one or two players, it was an opportunity that they've never had before.
The thing as well, Dan, it's good to give your brain and your mind a rest. Everybody says about the wear and tear on the body, which is fine. The top players are lucky if they get sort of 4 weeks now. You said playing in international tournaments, but you need sometimes just to psychologically and mentally give yourself a rest. Gone are the good old days, Dan, where we used to have 8 to 10 weeks off, come back half a stone overweight. And then just a little bit of a fisticuffs over on the far side with Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, this is all a bit of stuff and nonsense, isn't it? Quadwell Bar is the teenager who's involved here as well.
Yeah, just a little bit of sort of playground stuff, really. Nothing to see.
I can't imagine any Premier League player coming back overweight these days, Perry, just to go back to your point now.
It doesn't happen.
Crikey.
And I think the bin bags rustling underneath your jumper is probably... Your training top was a bit of a giveaway.
Maitland-Niles in advanced position here for Arsenal. I wonder where he'll get in over the course of this campaign, as the heavens eventually open. It's been threatening for rain for much of the day, and well, this is going to get interesting, I think, for the Arsenal players and indeed the Watford personnel, and our cameraman as well, one suspects. Here is Rob Holding. Pepe back for Hector Bellerin. 15 minutes remaining. Arsenal lead by 2-1. It's been a good workout, good tempo to the match throughout. A lot of changes, yes, but players looking to take their chance, aiming to try and get on that starting 11 for the first game. Pepe comes forward, and that's going to be a corner here to Arsenal, hoping to finish this fixture with a flourish.
Yeah, it's good build-up play down the right-hand side. Great little first-time ball from Emile Smith-Rowe, just with his right instep, releasing Pepe. And Pepe, once in the byline, he should be crossing it first time with his right foot. Just check back, managed to get ourselves a corner, which has been taken short.
Short corner. Aziz for Partey. The rain is cascading down. Smith-Rowe to curl in. Shot initially was blocked. Another opportunity maybe on the right-hand side. Partey will flick it back to the halfway line. This is Hector Bellerin once more. Conditions changing. It's been that type of summer, hasn't it? Certainly in the capital we had 4 or 5 days where it was scorching, but prior to that there was some shocking amount of rainfall, and since then as well, certainly in the capital, certainly in
remember, Dan,
London.
when you was a kid, when you used to have the kaleidoscope?
Yeah.
Exactly what it looks like at the moment, isn't it? Looking through kaleidoscope eyes.
Partey. Smith-Rowe rifles it in low, and Kieran Tierney from close range blasts home. Well, we might have been a little unsighted with the rain on the camera lens, but Kieran Tierney from close range wasn't, and just smashes home to give Arsenal a third. And with just over 13 minutes remaining, the Gunners, certainly their dominance now is reflected in the scoreline.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier, Dan, didn't we, about our fullbacks being high up the pitch. Bellerin on the right-hand side, Tierney on the left. And Tierney was actually the furthest player forward there in the middle of the 6-yard box. But really good play on the right-hand side. Partey again with a nice incisive pass out to Smith-Rowe on the right-hand side. And just got a good cross, just putting it into a danger area, into the 6-yard box when he got to the byline. Good decision from Smith-Rowe. Got a little deflection. And in the end, it was Kieran Tierney who just smashed it in with his right foot from about 2 or 3 yards. So the scoreline probably is a fair reflection of our dominance in this second half.
Well, plenty to ponder from a Watford point of view. Cisco Munoz will have work to do. They've got one more pre-season friendly, Crystal Palace. Incidentally, before their game against Aston Villa to get their season underway. You can view the games up in Scotland many different ways. I thought Arsenal, yes, defensively, a couple of mistakes led to goals, didn't really defend well from set pieces, corners in particular, but I thought going forward Arsenal could have scored more goals than they did. And then since then, London Colney workout against Millwall and this game against Watford, I think the Gunners are very much moving in the right direction here. Bigger tests to come to it pre-season, and although it is still friendlies, Barry will tell you if it's Chelsea and certainly Tottenham on the agenda, it doesn't matter, and the players know that as well. They will want to beat those two teams ahead of the season getting underway, and obviously there will be plenty at Emirates, obviously at Tottenham for the second game for Arsenal in those two fixtures, so that'll up the ante a little bit.
Dan, have you ever heard the word versus Tottenham friendly?
No.
Have you ever heard that phrase before?
No, never.
This doesn't happen. I played in reserve team games against that mob up the road, as I like to call them, and trust me, they were feisty, old combination days. And I used to watch the youth team games as well at London Colney in the South Eastern Counties League. No such thing, because both sets of players know exactly what it means to both sets of supporters.
I think
so that will be a little step up in, we said, intensity, which is a good friendly to have. Well, no, a good game to have. It won't be a friendly.
I think the younger players as well seem to know a little bit more about it. All of the international stars that come to Arsenal quickly know, if they don't know, what the rivalry is. But touched on it there, really, because you're playing against younger players at all the different age groups, and under 15s, 16s, Premier League academies, under 23s, you get to know who you're playing against. That's if Spurs have one or two of their younger players on as well, and those that have come through the ranks, and they have got players such as that in the first team squad. So for the Smith Rose of this world, we might see Bukayo Saka, you never know. Eddie Nketiah, they will know exactly what it's all about. It's going to be two really good games coming up. Chelsea at the weekend, and then Spurs the following weekend. Sunday fixtures against our capital rivals. Spurs, of course, just pipped Arsenal to that Europa Conference League spot. Just 1 point between the two. In the end, it could have gone either way, couldn't it? Last game of the season. Arsenal coming forward here. This is Nicola Pepe to try and pull it back. Now it's with Lacazette to clip it in. Oh, it's hit the post. And, well, they get a little lucky, I think, here to Watford. That's Rob Elliott who's come in to the Watford goal, who I think was beaten, Perry, but it just ricochets off the woodwick into his arms.
Yeah, it was a good play on the right-hand side. That man, Nicolas Pepe, linking up well with Lacazette, who closed down very well. And then Pepe just putting it back to Lacazette. It was a very clever little chip, just trying to nestle it in Elliott's far right-hand corner. And Elliott was rooted to the spot, and you said it just sort of rebounded back off inside the post. So we've looked very sharp going forward. I think Thomas Partey's been excellent down with his passing, his switcher play, closing down as well, just sort of trying to great run from right to left. Looks like he was, as you said, just clipped on his ankles, because the question asked, why would you go down when you're going to be 1v1? But a great little run from Pepe from this right hand side, making himself the centre forward.
Dial it back a few years, Perry, and you'll know in the Arsene Wenger era we could pretty much guess every single week sort of Arsenal's starting 11, but at the minute, and over the last few years, that has changed. That can be good, can be bad. There's an awful lot of positions, I think, up for grabs. Yes, there's some that you say will definitely start fit. But if you're looking to try and guess the opening 11 against Brentford, I don't think I get that many right. Maybe half the 11.
Yeah, you're looking probably at centre half. As you said, right back. We spoke in the first half. That centre midfield area, it's going to be Partey, probably +1.
Yeah.
And along the, if you're playing a 4-2-3-1, you'd think it would be Aubameyang up front. With those three players, it looks like Smith Rowe will get the nod. So the two sort of on the right-hand side and left-hand side. So I'd say there's quite a lot for Mikel Arteta to ponder, and that makes the 2 games at the weekend even more important.
Arsenal come forward again. This is Partey to Hector Bellerin, and eventually to Smith Rowe on the right-hand side, looking to take on the Watford defence here. Smith Rowe for Hector Bellerin. For Smith Rowe again. Arsenal lead by 3-1, looking to push for a 4th to maybe match the scoreline from against Millwall at the weekend. This is Kolasinac. Now it's with Pepe under pressure. Finds Tierney. Lacazette can't get to it first time around. Second time around he can. The swivel and the shot is just wide. Nearly a second for Laka.
Yeah, again, good link-up play with Pepe and Lacazette. Lacazette stands central. First of all, it's down the left-hand side. Maitland-Niles finding Kieran Tierney. Just a nice little ball into the box. Laid back by Pepe to Lacazette. Just swiveled, looks sharp. He struggles getting to the game, didn't he, Dan, the first sort of 10 minutes of the second half. But he's looked very sharp this last sort of 25, 28 minutes. Had a little chip, which was very unlucky. Come back off the inside the post and a nice sharp turn there.
Kolasinac forward. Kolasinac part of that Schalke side that were relegated, beaten first game of the season in the second tier in Germany, incidentally. At the start his old team really wanted, having gone down. This is Smith Rowe, fast feet inside the penalty area and back towards Kieran Tierney. Under pressure immediately, got 2 Watford players around him. He will drive towards that corner flag and look to clear, but he's picked off by Kolasinac expertly, really well timed. Now it was Partey, Smith Rowe involved, Partey once again. And Aziz, the number 35 here, is waiting behind Thomas Partey. Doesn't get a touch on that occasion, though. And Gakia again will turn away. Watford under more pressure here, struggling to clear their lines. Arsenal have done well to win it back.
Yeah, I think that was Thomas Partey's, the commentator's curse. They said how good he's played. Probably the first time that he's given the ball away in this second half.
Miguel Aziz. Hector Bellerin. Pepe with a drop of the shoulder, wins a corner.
It's looked lively, Pepe. Since he's come on, made a few runs from right to left. And there,
doesn't turn 19 until September on as a second half substitute here. And the Arsenal youth products with a wonderfully flighted effort into the corner. Not quite sure how much Rob Elliott saw of that, but he got nowhere near it. Didn't really make any sort of chance to try and keep it out. Really well stuck. Arsenal lead by 4-1.
Yeah, just from the short corner, just Pepe just rolling it into Aziz, edge of the 18-yard box. Transfers it with his right foot onto his left. Watford, I think they're breathing a bit heavy, Dan, because we've dominated possession. They've done a lot of work, Watford, trying to chase the ball. Didn't come out to Aziz quick enough. Just got it onto his left foot. Just used the player of a screen. He said, Elliott there, completely unsighted. Just watched the ball nestle in his right-hand corner. But fantastic technique from Aziz. That'll give the young man a massive confidence boost.
Well, indeed. Scored the 1 goal for the under-23s in Premier League 2 last season. That was in a 5-0 win over Brighton. Arsenal coming forward again. This is Partey with a shot. Flashes over the crossbar. That was well worked. Watford cut open, just unable to keep it down. It obviously took a bit of a deflection.
Yeah, maybe a little bit overplaying there. Pepe did well to release Smith Rowe. I thought he was the one who was going to have the first shot. Started to have a clever little back heel to Partey. Got his shot away, deflected over for another corner. So it's us again pressing. So our fitness levels have looked very good. And the players that have come on, Partey and Pepe in particular, and Smith Rowe have looked very, very lively.
Arsenal searching a 5th here. Long towards the back post and Kieran Tierney. Here is the goal scorer, a young man with a clever ball. Tierney unable to force his way through. Yeah, Watford have looked a little leggy, but they have made changes. Arsenal showing their squad depth potentially here.
If there was the modern day technology, Dan, you know, you have the heat maps. I'd love to see Kieran Tierney's, because I don't think he's playing at left back in a 4.
This is Lacazette over the crossbar, should have scored.
Yes, he should be hitting the target, should be going across Elliott, just sort of dragged it high and wide. He was talking about Kieran Tierney. I don't think he's been in our half.
No, I don't think he has he? I don't think he has.
He's been left wing, inside left. Just like the force that he puts, he actually makes the opposition right back and right side, sort of forces them back.
Well, I'm sure that the analytics team at Arsenal will be tracking all the movements and all the data they will do for training sessions, let alone practice matches. So they will know. But yeah, something we're not privy to in a game such as this. But we know what he likes to play. He's a fantastic left back. He can play left wing back. He can play left centre half as well. We've seen that for Scotland, of course. And I think we've got a useful backup as well in the shape of Nuno Tavares, who will be employed this season. We'll see him in cup games. Obviously, we hope that Kieran stays fit for the full campaign, but he's had one or two issues. And there's no harm in having backups for every single position, not just left back, and someone who can push you as well, someone looking to make an impression. Young player, hungry.
Well, Tavares definitely made an impression at Rangers game, Dan. Scored a very, very good goal. So he was playing more or less as a left winger, just got it back onto his right foot and just curled it into the far post. Showed very, very good composure. And that was his debut for Arsenal. And again, he didn't look phased whatsoever. So the two young players that we've signed, Tavares and Congo, have just slotted in quite nicely.
Brenner's moved away. Storm clouds have shifted from London Colney, and we treated to bright sunshine as we enter the 90th minute. And it's been a bright display from the Gunners here that might get a little better as the clock clicks down. Smith Rowe to find Nicola Pepe. Really could have been anything this game, and that's a good stop from Rob Elliott. Well, chances coming thick and fast here, and it could have been 6 or 7.
Yes, again, good play. Emil Smith Rowe playing in that 10 position, just the edge 18-yard box, rolls it out to Nicola Pepe, and you know what he's going to do, coming on his left foot. Dan Gosling should be showing him down the line, lets him cut inside. Didn't quite get enough curl on it, trying to put it into the far post. Went too central. Elliott just tipped it over the crossbar.
Scored 5 in his last 3 last season, Nicola Pepe, 8 in his last 11. Doesn't drop to an Arsenal player, the flag kick though. We're into added on time at the end of this practice fixture between Arsenal and Watford, and the Gunners thoroughly deserving their 4-1 lead. It has been a game we've seen Arsenal dominate for long periods. Certainly the second half, Watford had a spell in the first period when they equalised through Zinchenko, but in the second half they've been overrun, and although the second goal took a little bit of time in coming, Lacazette from the penalty, followed by Tierney and Aziz in relatively quick succession. Certainly rubber stamps a victory for Arsenal, and the scoreline reflects the dominance. And one suspects that Xisco Munoz knows it's going to be a long, hard season for the Hornets. For Arsenal, though, pre-season is going a little better after misfiring a little in Scotland, back on home turf, despite the fact we're not in Florida. London Colney fixtures have proved pretty good for Mikel Arteta, who embraces Xisco Munoz there, the two coaches. And I think, Perry, that Mikel's got to be pretty pleased with the work out here. He obviously used an awful lot of players, and I don't think we saw a poor performance from anyone on the pitch, and a couple of standouts.
Not at all. I thought we were very dominant the first half hour. In the first half, the Congo was very impressive, and Ketty on the left-hand side scored a fantastic individual goal. He's bending it in with his right foot past Backman. He was impressive in the first half. And then we had a little bit, because there's so many changes, that beginning of the second half was a little bit bitty. We didn't get into our passing movement. Then Thomas Partey started to dominate the midfield area. And then the 3 substitutes, all scoring. Lacazette with his very coolly taken penalty. Kieran Tierney found himself in the centre forward position. Little pull back from Smith Rowe, put us 3-1 up. And then the young lad Aziz, who came on as a substitute as well, curling in a beauty with his left foot. So I think apart from, sort of 5-10 minutes either side of half time, we were totally dominant. And you have to say that 4-1 is a justifiable scoreline.
No doubt about that. Perry, enjoyed your company
Cheers,
today
Dan.
at London Colney for this fixture between Arsenal and Watford. Starts to get a bit more serious in terms of preparation at the weekend. Hopefully you can join us for the game against Chelsea. Then, of course, Tottenham before the season gets underway against Brentford. An awful lot to look forward to. Some positive performances from Arsenal today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the stream of the match. From Perry and myself, Dan Roebuck, it is goodbye. We'll see you at the weekend. Spin it on the beat, start spinning on the beat, start spinning on the beat, start spinning on the beat, start spinning.